Sláinte, you new buckaroos. How the heck are you? I'm still trying to figure out this new service here. anyway, how the heck are you? You know who I am. If you have any questions or comments, just let me know. So I grabbed two beers kind of randomly, both IPAs, both rather big IPAs, but it seems that's what I have. I didn't realize I bought so many IPAs on vacation, but I did. Well, the weather was pretty warm, and I wasn't thinking it was going to get cold in a few months. I should have stocked up on stouts, but instead I stocked up on IPAs. Bear with me while I try to check something real fast. I don't know if it's any different with this service or not. We'll fix that real quick. There we go. All right. Like I said, I'm still checking out this new service, trying to figure it out. I just kept StreamYard raised their prices so much, I just can't afford it. So anyway, so I'm trying something different. The service I was paying for does have a couple features that this one doesn't, but this one also has a couple features that that one doesn't. So it's kind of a trade-off. The StreamYard went to more channels, but the channels were getting harder and harder to get to. So again, that's the trade-off, I guess. The service formerly known as Twitter had set it up where you have to be a paid subscriber to post live video, and I'm just not going to pay for that service. In fact, I'm probably just going to get off of it completely because it's become nothing but a right-wing wasteland full of misogyny and bigotry. Is all that seems to be left there. I think there's a handful of critical thinkers still left, but they're leaving for smarter services and letting that become just a right wing nut, misogynist bigot wasteland. First IPA, I picked up the Columbus Brewing Company Bodai Double India Pale Ale. I actually didn't get this one at the brewery. I've got this one at a Meyer store. It is 8.3%. I just picked up it was a mixed IPA 12 pack. It is nice though. And there's also a hazy version, which I mean, this one isn't exactly see through, but there is a hazy version, believe it or not. This one is nice though. Very citrus forward, a lot of big orange or tangerine notes, depending on how you feel it. If memory serves, a hazy has more of those tropical fruit notes. This one's more citrus forward. Oh, got a sunny day here in the Ozarks, but it's getting chilly. I can't complain too much. It's been rather unseasonably warm. So I mean, although it has cooled down, it's not unusual for this time of year. It just has been unseasonably warm. We've kind of gotten used to it. I still haven't figured out the comments on this one because on the other service there's a it's off to the side here, and I'm not sure if the comments show up here or not. Like I said, I haven't quite figured it all out yet. I guess I will at some point. I may have to have somebody show me, find somebody that uses the service. Oh, I currently have some chili verde cooking, some poblanos. I roasted some tomatillos and put the poblanos in with some stock, and I now I've got them just slow cooking down, and I will thicken it up later with some masa. We'll do a verde enchiladas. I didn't realize that my garage fridge got kicked open, and I was afraid to use what was left of my turkey. I'd used most of it. All I had left was two thighs. Is all I had left, but still hated to lose that much. But I was afraid to use it. That's okay. My wife likes it without the meat anyway, so and I do too. Actually, just a nice green enchilada, white cheese. Use that Mexican cheese, and I've got also got some black beans cooking as well. So it kind of smells like a taqueria. It smells like a taqueria in here, man. As I'm here in front of the fireplace. That's my TV, but I was trying to create a mood, you know. Got the festive shirt on, got the canned music playing lightly in the background. Oh, mercy. Uh, for those of you that are interested, if you're watching me, tomorrow I will be once again a co-host on the And a Chaser podcast hosted by Jersey Johnny out of New Jersey, of all places. But I always thought that was how he got his nickname, but it was because he has a lot of sports jerseys. I did not know that until recently. So that I find that interesting, though. So anyway, and also the one and only Beer Samurai will be on the show as well. He's always a co-host. Uh, so looking forward to that. It's our holiday cocktail show. That's why I'm interested in that one. The thing of it is, we were originally supposed to do it about 3 weeks ago, but I ended up getting called into work that Wednesday, and then we kind of, due to the holiday schedule, we post the show back a week, so it wasn't right before Thanksgiving. So hopefully I won't get called into work tomorrow, so I can do this cocktail show. But anyway, what I was getting at was I had my cocktails already 3 weeks ago, but now I've had 3 weeks to to think and do other things. So now I've got so many holiday cocktails that I've got to narrow it down. Typically we just do one, but the Beer Samurai and myself talk Johnny into letting us do two. So we're gonna do. So what we do with the Chaser show is we have a beer and whiskey pairing. Sometimes it's neat, sometimes it's rock, sometimes it's a cocktail, but a beer and a whiskey that kind of works together in some way, or a connection in some way, I guess. But I had my one narrowed down 3 weeks ago, but now I've got several. Now I've got to narrow it down to two, and so I don't know which two I'm going to use. As I speak to you right now, I've kind of got an idea, but I think, but I really want to use this one. So I don't know, man. I'm so confused. I guess we'll just see how the mood strikes me tomorrow. I've got four that I really like, and cutting it down to two is going to be tough. Not necessarily specifically Christmas, but more, just kind of holiday. Actually, it's really more just kind of winter theme, but we're saying holiday cocktails, things that would be good for the holidays or in a holiday party, that kind of thing, or after a holiday meal, whatever holiday you choose to celebrate. Uh, this is nice. I wish I had got to that brewery, man. I had planned to get there, but then I just kind of ran out of time. Uh, do like that beer though. Gotta tell you, do like that beer. All right, let me finish this one up so I can get to IPA number two. All right, IPA number two. This one is Smells Like a Safety Meeting. I love that name. Smells Like a Safety Meeting. This one is at 8.5%. The Boda or Bodhi, I said Bodhi earlier, probably pronounced Bodhi. Anyways, this is 8.3%. I'd even start drinking. Yeah, believe it or not. 8.5% Smells Like a Safety Meeting from Dark Horse Brewing out of Michigan. This India Pale Ale is very reminiscent of the hops cousin in the mulberry family. Lots of hop aroma with just the right amount of bitterness between the secret blend of the most dank hops we can get our hands on and a more than healthy dose of double dry hopping. This beer can be announced to the noise from across the room that someone is definitely having a safety meeting. 8.5% pairs well with burger, fries, and a safety meeting. So let me show you the can here. Dark Horse Brewing. I do like me some Dark Horse. So look at that color. Oh wow, that is nice. It definitely goes to dank. We go all the way to dank, man. Decidedly more malty than the first one I had. And I know that's not trendy these days, but I personally like that malt hop balance. Oh man, that is nice. That is really nice. Sometimes I just randomly punch buttons. I'm still trying to figure this thing out because it doesn't work quite the same. And in fairness, it took me a while to figure out StreamYard, but now I've got to get used to a whole new thing. And change isn't an old man's friend. We're not good with change, man. Well, most of us. Some can adapt, but some of us have a hard time adjusting to change. I do like this one a lot because of that dankness, because of that solid malt backbone. This one really is in my wheelhouse, in all honesty. I really, really like this one. Big dank hoppage going on here. First used that word about, I don't know, 2012, I think, maybe late 2011. Then after I hadn't heard it before and it wasn't listed in any, dictionary, after I started using it frequently, I started hearing other folks using the word hoppage. I still don't think it's made a dictionary, but us beer geeks like to use the word hoppage. I won't say I coined it, but I believe I was one of the first to use it. I do like this beer. I do like Dark Horse. So they're really known. They're really known for their stouts, but they used to do this IPA and they may still do it. They just didn't have it at the store I was at. A double IPA that was a true double. I can't remember the name of it. It was a I don't know. They had a regular IPA, then they had their double version, but it was a true double. The regular IPA was at 6%, the double was at 12. You would have put a 12% IPA out there. Most places are calling it a triple, right? It's a triple. No, it's not. But they referred to it as a true double, which it was, and it was basically the same IPA, just twice the amount of goodness. And man, that thing was it would just knock your socks off, man. But they're also known for their stouts, and their stouts are just incredible. And I picked up their Plead the Fifth Imperial Stout and Plead the Fifth S'more, which is obviously s'more flavored. They are doing some great stuff, man. Uh, We still haven't got our Christmas tree up, mostly because we're not sure where we put it. Neither my wife and I are sure where it ended up in the garage because we got so much crap out there. We grabbed one box called Christmas, and she got some decorations up. We got the Christmas stockings up and a couple other things, but we haven't quite located the Christmas tree. We should have put a tracker on that bastard. So it'll get up at some point, probably about the week before Christmas. We'll finally find it and get it up. But nevertheless, it's the thought that counts, right? It's tough for us. So we try to. I don't like to push her. I want the holidays are tough for us because we lost our son to cancer, and it's tough to celebrate. So we kind of have to do things in increments. So we try not to push each other one direction or the other. Do what the other let each person do what feels comfortable to them. Because everybody grieves differently, and grief doesn't run on a straight line. People like to use phrases like "it gets better with time." Well, it really doesn't. You may find a way to keep going, but it doesn't get better. I mean, I feel the pain just as deeply today as I did the very moment we lost him. So things don't magically just get better. People like to tell you that grief runs on a straight line and it does this, but it doesn't. And things just get better, gradually get better, but no, it goes like this. uh, I mean, now it's been 11 years since we lost him, almost 12. It's been 11 and a half years since we lost him. And still sometimes just out of the blue, it feels like that very moment, that grief just takes you over and it's hard to keep going at that moment. What's difficult is that you never know when that's going to hit, right? It's not you can't predict it. It's sometimes it's a random word, a phrase, a look, a sound, a smell. It could be anything, and you hope it's not when you're at work trying to function, right? But that's happened to me before too, and I just have to try to fight it off. And folks will ask me, "Are you all right?" I say, "Yeah," and I just try to keep going and do my job, but they could tell something is visibly off. You just never know when that moment's going to hit. Sometimes I've got to take a breath and try to walk to the back real quick and just breathe, and then go back out and face the customers and act like nothing's wrong. And sometimes it's difficult. You get overwhelmed with grief. I feel like I go pale, and I could feel myself tearing up, and I'm trying to hold that back because I don't want to start crying at work, right? So I try to make it into something else, or try to diffuse it by putting some inappropriate humor in a place where it might not belong, to kind of change, to get their mind off of the fact that maybe I'm not looking right. uh but the only predictability about grief is that it is unpredictable. You never know when it's going to hit. You never know how it's going to affect you. And sometimes it stacks up. I mean, I lost my mom earlier this year. I lost my dad uh, just a few months before my son was born. And sometimes that grief stacks upon itself. One thing will lead to this. I mean, it's like a snowball effect, and it just keeps going. Like I said, you just hope it doesn't hit you at a time where you have to be functional, right? But sometimes it does, and you've got to. Again, I just try to take a deep breath and do what I can to make sure nobody else sees it, and try to keep functioning even though I don't want to. That's I mean, just the things get better with time kind of frustrates me. That things don't get better with time. You either find a way to move forward or you don't, and it really is that simple. It's not about moving on. You don't find a way to move on. You find a way to move forward. You find a way to keep going, or you don't. And it's not something that happens once. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Everything's fine now. I mean, it's a decision you have to make every second. I mean, every moment of every day. You just got to keep going. But there are those times that it feels overwhelming. I'm just thankful in my case that I have my wife, my daughter, and grandkids to help me keep going. Uh, anyways, anyways, I digress. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Like I said, I'm still trying to play around with the service, see how it works. I couldn't get it connected to Facebook last night, but I finally got it going today. So anyway, one more time with feeling. I am Tom, the beer whisperer, beer evangelist.